Raise your hand if you've ever felt like the weight of the world was on your shoulders. You've been there, right? Deadlines looming, expectations sky high, and it feels like you're running out of time and options. Let me ask you this, how many of you wish you could hit pause and just breathe? But instead, life keeps screaming, go faster? Here's the good news, calm isn't something reserved for the lucky few. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned. Today, I'm going to show you how. I'm going to arm you with tools that will not only help you stay calm under pressure, but will allow you to turn pressure into your ally, your edge. By the end of this, you'll walk out of here with clarity, confidence, and a plan you can implement right away. Because here's the truth, the calmest person in the room is the one who holds the power to change everything. And that person, IS, about to be you. Pressure is a universal experience. It's the knot in your stomach before a big presentation, the racing thoughts when deadlines loom, or the weight of expectations pressing down on you. It feels overwhelming, suffocating even. But what if I told you that pressure isn't the villain we've made it out to be? In fact, pressure can be one of the greatest gifts life gives us if we learn how to embrace it. Think about this: diamonds are formed under intense pressure. Without it, coal remains just that coal. The same principle applies to us. Pressure has the potential to refine us, strengthen us, and push us toward greatness. But most people don't see it that way. Why? Because when we're in the thick of it, our minds default to survival mode. We focus on escape rather than growth. That's the first mindset shift we need to make. Pressure isn't here to break you, it's here to build you. Let's reframe what pressure really is. It's not a threat, it's a signal. It's life's way of saying this moment matters. When you feel that surge of adrenaline, it's because your body and mind are gearing up for something significant. Pressure heightens your senses, sharpens your focus, and compels you to act. The problem arises when we misinterpret this physiological response as a sign that we're failing or not enough. In reality, it's quite the opposite. Your body is preparing you to rise to the occasion. Think back to a moment in your life when you faced tremendous pressure and came out on the other side stronger. Maybe it was a challenging project at work, a personal crisis, or a situation where you had to step up for someone else. At the time, it probably felt like too much. But now, looking back, you can see how that moment shaped you. It taught you resilience, creativity, and courage. That's the gift of pressure. It forces us to access parts of ourselves we didn't even know were there. Here's another way to look at it. Pressure is a test of alignment. When you're under pressure, it often reveals what truly matters to you. It strips away the distractions and puts your priorities in sharp focus. It asks you, what are you willing to fight for? What's worth enduring discomfort? For these moments of clarity are invaluable. They remind us of our purpose and push us to pursue it with intensity. Now, does this mean pressure is easy to handle? Absolutely not. It's uncomfortable, and at times it can feel like too much to bear. But discomfort is where growth happens. Think about athletes. They don't get stronger by lifting weights that are easy for them. They push themselves to the edge of their capacity because they know that's where progress is made. The same is true for mental and emotional growth. Pressure pushes you to that edge, and it's there that you discover just how strong you really are. When you start to see pressure as an opportunity rather than a burden, everything changes. Instead of running from it, you lean into it. Instead of fearing it, you welcome it as a chance to learn, grow, and evolve. Pressure becomes not something to dread, but something to embrace. Because the truth is, every moment of pressure is a moment of potential. And when you choose to see it that way, you unlock a power within yourself that is unstoppable. Staying calm under pressure begins with mastering your mindset. The way you perceive pressure will dictate how you respond to it. Too often, we let our thoughts spiral into panic the moment we feel the heat. But here's the thing, the way we interpret a stressful situation has a profound impact on the outcome. If you believe pressure is something to be afraid of, you'll tense up and resist it. But if you see it as a challenge, a chance to rise to the occasion, then your response will shift and so will your performance. The mind is incredibly powerful. It shapes everything you experience, including how you react under pressure. When you're in a stressful situation, your mind can go one of two ways. It can either spiral into negativity and self-doubt, or It can stay focused on the goal at hand. The choice is yours. And the key to making the right choice is in developing a resilient mindset, one that can weather the storm instead of being swept away by it. It starts with self-awareness. Recognize the negative thoughts that arise in moments of pressure. Acknowledge them without judgment. Maybe you're thinking, I can't handle this, or what if I fail? These thoughts are natural. They're a part of being human. But they don't have to control you. The first step is simply to notice them. By becoming aware of these thoughts, you create space between them and your actions. That space is where your power lies. Instead of letting the pressure dictate your response, you can choose a new way of thinking. You can choose to believe in your ability to handle the situation. One of the most effective ways to shift your mindset is through reframing. Reframing is the practice of changing the way you view a situation. It's about seeing challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities. For instance, instead of thinking, I'm going to mess up, reframe it as, this is an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of saying, this is too much try, I'm capable of handling this, one step at a time. The way you talk to yourself in those moments matters. If you constantly tell yourself you can't handle pressure, your mind will believe it. But if you tell yourself you're resilient, that you've faced challenges before and come out stronger, your mind will start to look for solutions rather than problems. A resilient mindset also involves focusing on what you can control rather than what you can't. There will always be elements in a high-pressure situation that are out of your hands. Perhaps it's the actions of others, the timing of events, or the unpredictability of the environment. But what you can control is your own response. You can control how you show up, how you manage your thoughts, and how you channel your energy. When you focus on what's within your control, you take back the power that pressure often tries to steal from you. Another key aspect of cultivating the right mindset is practicing self-compassion. Many of us are our harshest critics, especially when things get tough. Under pressure, we often think we should be perfect, and when we fall short, we beat ourselves up. But the truth is, perfection is a myth, and self-criticism only adds to the pressure. Instead, be kind to yourself. Acknowledge that you're doing the best you can in a challenging moment. Self-compassion helps to calm your mind, allowing you to think more clearly and make better decisions under pressure. Ultimately, the mindset you cultivate in times of pressure is the foundation of your ability to stay calm. When you believe in your ability to handle challenges, when you reframe your thoughts to view pressure as an opportunity, and when you focus on what you can control, you will naturally respond to stress in a calm, composed manner. The truth is, you're not just capable of staying calm under pressure, you're capable of thriving under it. And it all starts with how you choose to think about the pressure in the first place. When you're under pressure, emotions can quickly become the biggest obstacle to staying calm. Anxiety, fear, frustration, and even anger can cloud your judgment, derail your focus, and make the situation feel out of control. But here's the thing, you don't have to let your emotions dictate your behavior, especially in high-stakes moments. Learning to manage your emotions is not about suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about finding ways to anchor yourself emotionally so you can regain control and stay grounded when everything around you feels chaotic. Emotional anchoring is about creating a stable point within yourself, something you can turn to when your emotions begin to spin out of control. Imagine a ship in a storm. It might sway with the waves, but the anchor keeps it from drifting away entirely. Similarly, when the pressure mounts and your emotions start to take over, having an emotional anchor helps you stay centered. The power of this anchor lies in its simplicity and its ability to remind you of your core values, your purpose, or a calming practice that brings you back to the present moment. One of the most effective emotional anchors you can use is your breath. Breathing deeply and intentionally activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps counteract the fight or flight response triggered by stress. In moments of pressure, simply taking a few deep, slow breaths can work wonders. Focus on inhaling through your nose, filling your lungs with air, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth. This simple act of controlled breathing signals to your body that you're not in immediate danger and helps to reduce the intensity of your emotional reactions. It's like hitting the reset button, allowing you to reclaim your composure. Another powerful emotional anchor is visualization. This practice involves imagining yourself in a peaceful, calm environment, a place where you feel safe and at ease. It might be a quiet beach, a forest, or even a place you've been to in the past that brings you comfort. By vividly picturing yourself in that place, you can tap into the calmness you associate with it and carry that sense of peace into your current situation. Visualization helps to create a mental space where you can step away from the noise of the world and reconnect with a state of tranquility. For some people, an emotional anchor can be a phrase or mantra, a set of words that remind them of their strength and resilience. It might be something as simple as, "I am calm, capable, and in control," or "this too shall pass." The power of these affirmations lies in their ability to shift your focus from fear to confidence. When you repeat these words to yourself, you start to rewire your brain to believe in your ability to handle the pressure. It's a reminder that you are more than your emotions in the moment. There's also the importance of physical anchors, gestures, or movements that help you reset emotionally. A simple act, like pressing your thumb and forefinger together, touching your heart, or gently squeezing your hands, can act as a physical cue to center yourself. These physical movements can act as a reminder to slow down and regain control of your emotions. They're like a mental reset button, a way to remind yourself that you are in charge of how you respond to the pressure around you. The key to emotional anchoring is consistency. The more you practice these techniques, the more effective they become, especially in moments of intense pressure. By using emotional anchors, you essentially train yourself to stay calm and grounded, even when the world around you feels like it's falling apart. The beauty of this practice is that it empowers you to regain control over your emotional responses, giving you the clarity to think more clearly and act more decisively. Remember, emotions are not inherently bad. They are simply signals that provide information about how you're feeling. But when left unchecked, they can overwhelm you, cloud your judgment, and make you react impulsively. Emotional anchoring allows you to acknowledge your emotions without letting them dictate your actions, giving you the space to make rational decisions and stay calm under pressure. By practicing emotional anchoring, you can turn what would have been a chaotic, panicked response into a moment of composure and strength. The ability to stay calm under pressure doesn't happen by accident. It's not something you can simply will into existence in the moment. Rather, it's the result of preparation, the preparation you do long before pressure arrives. Most people wait until they're in the thick of the storm to figure out how to handle it. But the truth is, the foundation for staying calm is laid long before you ever face high-stakes situations. The more prepared you are, the more equipped you'll be to handle pressure when it inevitably comes. Think about it, athletes don't wait until game day to learn how to perform under pressure. They spend hours, days, and years honing their skills so that when the time comes, they're not scrambling to remember their training, they're operating at their highest level, instinctively and confidently. The same principle applies to your ability to handle pressure. It's not enough to just hope you can stay calm when things get tough. You need to train yourself in advance, so when the heat is on, your response is automatic. One key aspect of preparation is building resilience. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, and like any skill, it can be developed through practice. This involves intentionally putting yourself in situations where you experience some level of discomfort or stress and learning to navigate those experiences effectively. Whether it's through setting challenging goals, engaging in activities that push your limits, or simply practicing difficult conversations, each of these moments strengthens your ability to cope with pressure when it comes. Resilience is about exposure, practice, and adaptation. The more you expose yourself to small pressures, the more your mind and body learn how to handle bigger ones. Another critical element of preparation is planning. When you have a clear plan for how you'll approach a challenging situation, you create a sense of control that reduces the anxiety associated with pressure. It's easy to become overwhelmed when you don't know what to do or where to start. But when you've already mapped out a course of action, you take the guesswork out of the equation. Planning helps you break down the larger, more overwhelming task into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of thinking about the entire mountain you have to climb, you focus on one step at a time. This shift in perspective can make the difference between feeling paralyzed by pressure and feeling empowered to act. Equally important is the mental preparation you do. Visualization and mental rehearsal are powerful tools in preparing your mind for pressure. Top performers, whether in sports, business, or the arts, use visualization to see themselves succeeding in high-pressure situations. By mentally rehearsing scenarios where they perform under pressure, they prime their brains to stay calm and focused when the real thing happens. Visualization allows you to experience success before you even step into the situation, creating a sense of familiarity and confidence when you actually face it. The more vividly you can imagine yourself remaining calm, making clear decisions, and executing with precision, the more likely you are to do so when it matters. Another part of preparation is building a support system. No one is an island, and having a reliable team or network can make a world of difference when you're under pressure. Whether it's friends, family, or colleagues, having people who you can turn to for support or guidance can ease the pressure you feel. They offer perspective, reassurance, and sometimes even practical help. In moments of high pressure, knowing you're not alone can be a powerful reminder that you have resources at your disposal, whether that's advice, assistance, or simply an encouraging word. Ultimately, preparation isn't just about planning for the big moments, it's about consistently putting in the work to strengthen your ability to handle whatever comes your way. When you build resilience, plan ahead, visualize success, and cultivate a strong support network, you create a framework that allows you to remain calm, composed, and decisive in the face of pressure. The more you invest in your preparation, the more capable you'll become at staying calm and in control when it counts the most. Because when pressure hits, it's not the absence of fear or discomfort that allows you to stay calm, it's the certainty that you've put in the work and are ready to meet the challenge head on. When you're under pressure, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the chaos and urgency of the moment. Your mind races, your heart pounds, and every decision feels like it carries the weight of the world. But in those moments, there's a simple, effective strategy that can help you regain control and stay calm, breathe, focus, and act. These 3 steps work together to ground you in the present, clear your mind, and allow you to make thoughtful, deliberate decisions no matter how intense the situation becomes. First, let's talk about the power of breathing. It might sound basic, but don't underestimate its effectiveness. When we're under stress, our bodies naturally go into a fight or flight mode, which often results in shallow, rapid breathing. This type of breathing sends a signal to your body that you're in danger, which only intensifies the feeling of pressure. But when you consciously slow your breathing, you can counteract that stress response. Deep, slow breaths activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps you calm down, reduce your heart rate, and restore a sense of clarity. It's a natural reset for your body and mind. By focusing on your breath, you stop the spiral of anxiety and regain a sense of control over your physical and emotional state. Once you've anchored yourself with your breath, the next step is to focus. Under pressure, our minds can become cluttered with all the possible outcomes, fears, and what-ifs. This mental noise can prevent us from seeing the next logical step or making a clear decision. The trick is to narrow your focus to just the immediate task at hand. Rather than thinking about everything you need to do or worrying about the future, zoom in on one small action that you can take in the moment. It might be as simple as drafting an email, making a phone call, or taking a single step toward resolving the issue. This technique helps to reduce feelings of overwhelm by breaking down a complex situation into something manageable. When you focus on one task at a time, you gain clarity and confidence, and the pressure begins to feel more manageable. The final step is to act. This is where many people get stuck. They feel so overwhelmed by the pressure that they freeze, paralyzed by indecision or fear of making the wrong move. But action is the antidote to that paralysis. You don't have to have every detail figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. What matters is taking the first step, any step toward addressing the situation. The act of doing something, no matter how small, creates momentum. It moves you out of the realm of overthinking and into the realm of progress. Action allows you to feel a sense of accomplishment, even in high-pressure situations, and that feeling of accomplishment can fuel further action. By following the simple yet powerful sequence of breathe, focus, and act, you break the cycle of panic and regain control of the moment. Breathing calms your body, focusing clears your mind, and acting propels you forward. This three-step strategy not only helps you stay calm under pressure, but it also enables you to make better decisions, take more effective action, and maintain a sense of composure when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. The beauty of this method is that it works in any situation, whether you're facing a tight deadline, a difficult conversation, or an unexpected crisis. It's a tool you can carry with you in your mental toolkit, ready to be used whenever pressure strikes. The more you practice it, the more automatic it becomes, and the easier it is to access in high-stress moments. Instead of being ruled by panic and uncertainty, you become the calm, composed person in the room who knows how to take control of the situation. Breathe, focus, and act. It's the simple, powerful formula for navigating pressure with grace and confidence. One of the most overlooked aspects of staying calm under pressure is maintaining a strong physical presence. Your body language and physical state have a direct impact on your mental state, and yet so many people underestimate how much control they have over their bodies in stressful situations. The way you stand, move, and even breathe can significantly influence your emotional and psychological response to pressure. The more you cultivate a strong, confident physical presence, the more resilient you become to external stressors. When you're under pressure, your body naturally reacts by tightening up, shoulders hunch, your jaw clenches, and your hands may start to tremble. This is the body's natural fight or flight response, preparing you for action, but also leaving you in a state of tension. The first step to maintaining control in these moments is to become aware of this tension and consciously release it. Start by relaxing your shoulders, unclenching your jaw, and taking a deep breath. You might not even realize the amount of tightness you're carrying, but when you consciously relax these areas, your physical state will begin to mirror a sense of calm. Beyond relaxing, there's also the power of posture. Standing tall with your shoulders back and head held high sends a signal to your brain that you are confident, in control, and ready to take on whatever comes your way. When you adopt an upright posture, your body releases endorphins and other neurochemicals that make you feel more confident and less stressed. This simple act of adjusting your posture can change how you feel in the moment and can also influence how others perceive you. People tend to be drawn to those who carry themselves with confidence, and this can in turn bolster your own sense of calm. Another aspect of physical presence is movement. When you're under pressure, you may feel like freezing or becoming paralyzed by the stress. But physically moving, whether it's walking around, stretching, or even shifting your weight from one foot to the other, helps to release pent-up energy and keeps you from feeling stuck. Movement can also help clear your mind. Even a short walk or a few minutes of stretching can break the cycle of stress and bring a new sense of perspective. By introducing purposeful movement into your routine during moments of pressure, you prevent your body from becoming overwhelmed by the fight or flight response and instead encourage your mind to stay active and clear. In addition to physical posture and movement, it's essential to focus on your breath. As I mentioned earlier, deep breathing is a powerful tool for calming your mind. But the way you breathe also influences your physical presence. When you take slow, controlled breaths, you naturally slow down your heart rate and activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that helps you relax. This has an immediate effect on your body language. You'll notice that your movements become less erratic, your speech slows down, and your overall demeanor becomes more composed. The simple act of breathing deeply centers you physically and emotionally, creating an equilibrium that can carry you through even the most pressure-filled moments. Finally, consider the power of eye contact. It might seem trivial, but maintaining eye contact with others while under pressure is a way of asserting your presence and your confidence. It tells both yourself and the other person that you're in control, you're paying attention, and you're ready to engage. Whether you're giving a presentation, participating in a meeting, or handling a difficult conversation, steady eye contact reinforces your physical presence and signals that you are fully in the moment. By cultivating awareness of your body, posture, movement, breath, and eye contact, you build a physical foundation that supports your ability to stay calm under pressure. Your body and mind are deeply connected, and the more you use your physical presence to influence your internal state, the more you'll be able to approach pressure with grace, confidence, and control. The beauty of this approach is that it's something you can practice every day. whether you're dealing with everyday stressors or facing major challenges.